Hey Chiefs Kingdom, how we doing? Week 1 win over the Jacksonville Jaguars, 40-26, the final. I'm going to hand out some grades here in just a few moments, but first, let's take a look at that final scoreboard, some of the key stats from this one again, 40-26, Chiefs cover the spread there, so big win for Kansas City, big day for Patrick Mahomes. Key note here, Tyreek Hill did leave the game with an injury. We'll have more notes on that one later. A little concern about the defense. We'll talk about the defense as well as we grade things out here, but big Week 1 win for the Kansas City Chiefs. Who's pumped? I know I'm pumped. Big start to that Super Bowl campaign. If you're pumped about the Chiefs Week 1 win, I want you to type Chiefs Kingdom plus like this video. We want to continue to plug out videos for you guys. Got to get a lot of interaction from y'all to continue to do that. Type Chiefs Kingdom and like this video if you're excited about this Chiefs Week 1 win. We can keep these videos going, keep grading these performances throughout the season here on Chat Sports. All right, let's get to the grades. Team positional grades first. The offense, it's an A. I mean, obviously, 40 points. Only reason it's not an A+, stalled out a few times, kicked 4 field goals. Otherwise, it could have been 50+, but you're facing a Jaguars defense that has a lot of talent on it. Almost 500 total yards. Again, Mahomes 378 through the air. Ran for 113 on limited opportunities. So over 100 yards any time this year for the Chiefs offense. Rushing is going to be good because they're going to be throwing it so much. 50% on third down. It's a good number there. Again, 2 for 6 in the red zone. One of those was taking a knee at the end of the game. So really 2 for 5. Had to settle for 3 field goals. Got to get a little better in that area. But overall, a very good performance from this offense. Something to build on for Week 2. Let's go to the defense. I'm giving it a C. Guys, look, this defense still has a lot of growing up to do in a lot of areas. We know about the cornerback position. It's going to be a struggle, especially until Mo Claiborne gets back for Week 5. You know, the defensive line got some pressure, but when a 6th-round rookie quarterback comes in and completes his first 13 passes, that is trouble. I got to give it a C. 26 points is a little too high of a number for me. The game was never in doubt, but overall, not very good. I didn't see much improvement from last year. They're working in the new scheme under Steve Spagnuolo, running that 4-3 now. The corners were out of position. Tyrann Mathieu was out of position a lot of times. Outside of that front, this defense was very, very average at best. So I'll ask you guys this question. How concerned are you with this defense? If I had to scale it 1 to 10, I'm at like a 6 or 7. I'm not going to overreact big time, but I am concerned. Want to hear from you guys in the comments below. We'll interact throughout the week heading into Week 2. Okay, these are the numbers defensively against Jacksonville. You know, gave up 26 points, 347 through the air, and that's after Nick Foles got hurt mostly. Most of that was Gardner Minshew. The one good thing, 81 yards rushing. Otherwise, this probably would have been a D. My key heading into this game was contain Leonard Fournette. Yeah, he averaged 5 yards a carry, but he only had 66 total. So they shut down, or at least contained the run overall. Did a pretty decent job there. 5 for 10 on third down. You want to get off the field more often than that. Did force 2 turnovers, so that was a good sign there. Overall, though, got to give it a C. Not super impressed with the defense on Sunday. Okay, special teams. Let's get to it here. It's a solid A here, right? I mean, Harrison Butker made all of his field goals. He was very good in this performance, 4 for 4 on the day. Nice kickoff return by the rookie McCoy Hardman early in the game. Look, you're going to get an A if you make all your field goals and extra points and don't make too many mistakes. That's what happened this week for the special teams. Harrison Butker is going to be one of the best kickers in the National Football League this season. He was very good this year, or this week for Kansas City. Very good last year. The return game is going to be explosive. No punt returns for Tyreek Hill. He left with injury. We're going to get to that note here in just a little bit. But overall, it gets an A from me. Good stuff from the special teams in Week 1. Good stuff that we're doing here on Chat Sports. Look, we're closing in on 150K. We just keep zooming on up. We're almost at 136K. Subscribe. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. Want to keep doing these Chiefs videos. Got lots of NFL content coming your way. We're still doing NBA videos as the NBA season continues to roll around. College football is closing in on midseason form already. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. Hit that big red button on the screen right below this video. That's the easiest way to subscribe here on Chat Sports. All right, let's get to individual grades. Patrick Mahomes, look, reigning MVP, Great game once again. A from me. 378 through the air. He was really good. Got a little cute early in the game. Tried one of his no-look sidearm passes and overthrew what should have been an easy touchdown to Travis Kelce. You know, the game was kind of already getting out of reach at that point. I'm not going to overreact too much to that. Completed passes to 9 different players, spreading the ball around. You're going to see a lot of that this year. There's a ton of weapons on this Chiefs offense. You know, look, he threw for 5,000 yards last year, well on pace to have a similar type of season this year as he threw for almost 400 in the season opener. QBR of 88.3, and those of you at home, 88.3 isn't very good. His passer rating was 143. Guys, QBR is a different stat. It's a better metric. It's out of 100. 88.3 is very, very good. Patrick Mahomes had a very good opener against a good defense in Jacksonville. Look for him to build off this and make another push for the NFL MVP. Which makes me ask this question. I ask it fairly frequently. Will Patrick Mahomes repeat as NFL MVP? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Look, Lamar Jackson got off to a good start. He's probably your front runner. Dak Prescott in Dallas had a big game. Patrick Mahomes, it's definitely going to be a quarterback this year. Mahomes is going to be in the mix all year long. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you want to bet on Patrick Mahomes winning the MVP, do it with BetDSI. Chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NFL120. Get that 120% deposit bonus. Look, the Chiefs covered the spread in week 1 very easily. They hit their over. I think their point total over was like 27.5. I said, boom, I'm betting the over easily. They scored 40 points. BetDSI is where you can go. Chatsports.com/bet. Make some money today. Bet Mahomes to win the MVP. Bet the Chiefs to win in week 2 against the Raiders. Bet them to cover that spread all year long because this offense is going to score a lot of points. BetDSI is the place to go. Okay, Sammy Watkins, what did we hear all offseason long? He looks great and he looks awesome. He's going to have a breakout year. We've heard it all before. It might be true, guys. A+. I wish I could put 50 pluses on the screen. He was awesome. Producer Alicia's fired up. She went to Clemson. She's been waiting for this. Look, 9 catches, $198, 3 touchdowns. He showed off the blazing speed in the open field, caught that early slant, got a nice block from Demarcus Robinson, took it to the house for 68 yards, got loose on a wheel route for a 49-yard touchdown. Is this finally the breakout year for Sammy Watkins? I think it's very possible. If he stays healthy, the tools are there. We know about the speed. He has good hands. He showed all of that on display. 9 catches on 11 targets, by the way, so very efficient between him and Mahomes. Got loose on some short passes, got loose on a long pass, had a nice red zone touchdown grab. He did it all in week 1, and the Chiefs are going to need this guy to continue to produce because Tyreek Hill is going to be out for the foreseeable future. Look, here's the injury update. Left the game in the first quarter with a sternoclavicular dislocation. This is a tricky injury. So the SE joint is located where your sternum and collarbone meet. Basically, the joint has been pressed toward Hill's body, and the key now is regaining stability in the joint. Look, I read up on this. Danny Amendola had a very similar injury a couple of years ago, and he missed about a month. Could that happen here for Tyreek? It's certainly possible. Ian Rappaport reports that the Chiefs are weighing their options with Hill and considering IR as a possibility. Here's the tweet from update on the injury from Jacksonville. Chiefs may wait a couple of days before deciding on Tyreek Hill's with options ranging from missing a few games to IR designation to return. Also had a note on Nick Foles. He will be placed on IR for the 3 Jaguars fans watching this video. Don't expect him to be back for a while, but the focus is the Chiefs here. The focus is Tyreek Hill. I doubt they put him on IR. They've got enough weapons. You don't want to put him on IR, then in a month he's ready to go and you have to wait another month. But I am worried. What's your worry level of Tyreek's Hill injury? Scale it from 1 to 10. I'll put it at a 6. I'm not super concerned because I fully expect him to be back at some point this season. This offense is going to be just fine without him. Maybe they don't have the amount of explosive plays without him, but we saw from Sammy Watkins. He can certainly provide some of that. McCoy Hardman's going to have a bigger role the next several weeks, so I think this offense will press on. But let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 what your worry level is on Tyreek Hill. Travis Kelce, let's grade him, shall we? giving him an A-. You know, look, he played a good game, should have had that touchdown that I mentioned earlier where Mahomes got cute and tried the sidearm fling and overthrew him in the end zone. Had an opportunity at another touchdown in the red zone. His left foot landed just out of bounds, so easily could have 5 for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. But overall was good, had 2 40-plus yard catches, was, he was who he is. Travis Kelce is going to be this guy all year long, and especially with Tyreek Hill out for the next several weeks, he is this offense's #1 option. Look at that average, 29 yards per catch for a tight end. Yeah, you're not going to find a lot of Travis Kelce's out there. The reason it's not more of an A or A+, only the 3 catches on the 8 targets, but again, a couple of those were on Patrick Mahomes. So overall, good debut for Travis Kelce in the 2019 NFL season. He's going to be the best tight end all year long. Okay, let's go to the running backs here. You know, I said earlier, 113 yards as a group, solid B+. Look, you know, this is not a run-oriented football team. They're going to pass some more, keep throwing, 3rd and inches, they're going to go deep. That's what this offense does. But when they do run the ball, it's about running efficiently. So let's compare LeSean McCoy and Damien Williams. Shady was better, guys. 10 carries, 81 yards. Didn't score a touchdown like Damien Williams did, but Damien Williams averaged 2 yards a carry, 13 for 26. D. Will was more effective in the pass game, 6 for 39, as LeSean only had 1 for 12. But Shady also kind of eased into the game plan this week, did not have a big load considering he just got signed about a week ago. So I think his workload is going to go up, which makes me ask you guys this question. I asked this one after Shady signed. I want to ask you guys after we've seen a game. Which running back will have the biggest impact this season? Type L for LeSean McCoy, type D for Damien Williams. I think it's going to be McCoy. He showed off his speed in the open field. Clearly, it's not 2015, 2016. He has lost, I'll say, half a step, but he can still make people miss out in the open field. Damien Williams might have a bigger impact in the pass game, but LeSean McCoy is going to have a role on this team. Already did in week 1. I'm excited about his fit with this Chiefs offense. Okay, let's go to the defense here. Frank Clark making his Chiefs debut, solid B+. Look, only had 1 tackle, but was very close on a couple tackles for loss, forced guys back inside on a couple of runs, did his job, assignment football. The stat sheet doesn't always tell the story with defensive linemen, and I think that's a bit of the case here. And guys, he had an interception of Gardner Minshew as well, but guess what? No one saw it. Shout out CBS, your telecast went out. I don't know what's going on in the production truck. That wouldn't happen here at Chat Sports. Our streams never black out randomly. CBS, the failing CBS is falling apart during these telecasts. Maybe it was just the Chiefs' offense burned out the production truck because that was a disaster. I'm doing my game grades at home, and I'm like, how am I supposed to grade the rest of this game? The freaking stream went out. It's gone. CBS, get your stuff together. But Frank Clark, B+, had an interception, had a pass breakup, and this epic quote after the game, calling out Jalen Ramsey, who talks more shit than anyone in the NFL, saying, quote, I've got more picks than Jalen Ramsey right now, so that's another thing. That's a highlight. I love it. Frank Clark's going to be a big impact player on this defense. He gets a B+ from me. Now we got to go to the cornerbacks, and it's not pretty. I'm giving it a D+. And the only reason it's really not an F is Bashaud Breeland played an okay game. He'd probably get a B- for me. Had a pass breakup, was in good position a couple of times. So what did Gardner Minshew do? He started throwing away from him, and Charvarius Ward got picked on. Kendall Fuller was in the right spot a few times, but he couldn't get a hand on the ball. Like, he wouldn't get turned around. He was right there. When Gardner Minshew, 6th round rookie draft pick, goes 22 of 25 for 275 and 2 touchdowns, yeah, you got the Frank Clark pick, which, again, nobody saw. But when he does that, listen, you get a D. I mean, that's the bottom line. These corners really struggled. They're probably going to continue to struggle, which puts a lot of pressure on this offense and this defensive line to get pressure. Offense is going to keep scoring points, but you give up those numbers to a rookie 6th-round quarterback. That is troubling. D+ for me from the cornerbacks this week. They've got to find a way to at least be average. They're not close to average right now, guys. This is clearly the weakest position group on this football team. Okay, You saw my grades. Grade the Chiefs' Week 1 win over the Jaguars. As a whole, B+, A-. Offense was awesome. Special teams did everything right. You know, the front seven, B-, C+ on the defense, but the defense the secondary just wasn't good. Juan Thornhill was okay at safety. Tyrann Mathieu wasn't very good in this game. The corners were bad. Overall, I'm in the B+, A- range. Big Week 1 win, 14-point win over the Jaguars. We'll be back in a couple of days with the latest rumors and news surrounding the Chiefs. Get you ready for that Week 2 matchup against the Oakland Raiders. Until then, we'll see you next time.